What's going on, everyone? It's Token, and we are back with more VGC Climbing the Ladder today, as we're still going to be rocking out with this QR team that I am quite fond of, and I was even fortunate enough to be able to get in contact with the creator of this team, really cool Japan player, and he was able to link me to his actual blog, I would say, that was explaining this team, or post, I don't know exactly what I want to call it, but his post explaining exactly his thought process behind his team, and he was also able to explain a little bit of the team to me. I would prefer Focus Hash on Lilligant over Gracium Z, but the Gracium Z was to obliterate Gigalets, so it does make sense. Hopefully we can just rock out the team and do stuff well. I unfortunately wasn't able to do any climbing off screen. I did do one battle off screen, and I unfortunately lost it. Blissey was able to toxic stall my team because I had a Torkoal that was already hurt, so its eruption wasn't doing much, and I just had a Drampa and its attacks weren't doing enough at all. We do get Jonathan with a 1605 rating from the United States, who's going to be rocking out with a team of Garchomp, Gyarados, Kartana, Drifblim, Lele, and Magnezone. So a really interesting team with lots of power. Definitely going with that Balloon Lele combination that we have seen is ever so prevalent right now and really strong. Mainly looking at my opponent's team. Obviously, just don't want to lead Lilligant Torkoal because my opponent can just set up Tailwind, and they do lock in their team pretty quickly as well. So don't just want to lead Lilligant Torkoal because my opponent can, what's the word that I'm looking for? My opponent can just set up Tailwind, and that'll actually be, that'll allow some of their Pokemon to be faster than Lilligant, which is a huge no. So I definitely want to lead a Rangaroo, so that we can get the Trick Room up as soon as possible. And the next question is, what do I want to lead next to a Rangaroo? That's the huge question to go with that, is what do I want to lead next to it? I kind of want to just lead Silvally and Explode just because it gives me a free switch in into the next Pokemon. And just in case the Rangaroo gets double targeted, then we can maybe obliterate 2 threats and then maybe still be in a pretty good position. I actually do like Lilligant a decent amount in this one because I just fear that we might not be able to get a Trick Room. That's just what's my opponent double targeting with maybe a really powerful, like, I was just saying maybe Kartana and Garchomp, but I think it's in our best interest that we just need to make sure we get up Trick Room. Hopefully we can live a Sacred Sword and a Ground DMZ into our Rangaroo, but if that's the case, then I will likely switch in Drampa if I kind of fear that that's coming. So we'll see exactly what my opponent prioritizes doing this one. So good luck, have fun, and Jonathan. See exactly what goes down in this one. So we do lead with Silvally and Rangaroos. My opponent is just going to go with the standard Drifblim Lele. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. Well, this kinda, just a little bit, it kinda makes me want to, definitely gonna set up Trick Room, but now the question is, do I still Explode, or will Lele just protect? Will Lele just protect? Lele has the current, right now, Lele is definitely faster. My opponent can just still, yeah, let's just Explode. Let's just Explode. I want the free switch in. We're just going to Explode. I do think I can outpower my team with our last 2 Pokemon, so we're just going to Explode. Hopefully this isn't a bad play. Hopefully. Lele can just protect, but I really wouldn't know what Drifblim would do. I guess Drifblim can burn me, as it just sets up Tailwind. That's fine. Perfectly fine. It's actually a really bad choice considering that I can just go for Trick Room. And we are faster than the Lele, so that will actually take out Lele. Lele's gone. I should definitely be taking out Lele. Yeah, Lele's gone. So that's actually perfect. That is perfect. Now we just set up Trick Room and we go into Torkoal and we just start to spam Eruption and Instruct. That is how this team works. It's really straightforward, and that's the real flaw of it at the same time, is that it's a little too straightforward. And I try to test it just a little bit on Showdown just to get a better feel of the team. As I'm bringing you guys these videos, I want to make sure that I got a pretty good feel of the team. I did foresee Garchomp coming in, but not much I can do about that. I did want to go into Drampa, honestly. Drampa might have been a better choice though, because Drifblim can't touch Drampa. Can't touch Drampa or Rangaroo, so Drampa might have actually been the better choice. But let's just instruct Eruption. But yeah, this team's a little too straightforward, and I felt like people on Showdown were easily reading exactly what was going to happen. And people had some interesting techs to be able to deal with the team, such as Skydrop, Tapu Koko, that gave me a lot of trouble, and things of that general nature. So we're going to go for the Eruption in Sun. Choice Specs should still do over half to Garchomp, and it actually does not do over half, but that's fine because we still got Dromp in the back. And if that was a low roll, if we get a crit, then we're fine. But I do think that wasn't a low roll, and we're just not able to do. Yeah, we're just, even with the Choice Specs and the Sun, we're just not able to do enough damage to this Garchomp. As Garchomp's going to go for an Earthquake. I won't take out Torkoal, which is pretty unfortunate because I'd rather Torkoal just go down with the really weakened Eruption power. If Kartana's the last Pokemon, though, we're fine. It's going to be Gyarados. Alright. Alright, attack drops with Intimidate don't matter at all. We have two special attackers out right now, as I just previously said. This team's pretty specially heavy. I'm not sure if a Foul Play or Psychic would do more damage right now. So I'm actually just going to go for a Psychic and a Eruption. This Garchomp is going to protect, pretty obvious. Should have maybe switched in Drompa, as the Garchomp Protect is really obvious. We'll go for the Psychic in Psychic Terrain. I do think that's more damage than Foul Play. Maybe not. Maybe not. Opponent has another EQ coming our way, so that's fine. That shouldn't take out Oranguru at all. We should have one more turn of Trick Room left. Should have one more turn of Trick Room left, and that should be exactly all. That should be all we need to win this game. Yeah, we got one more turn of Trick Room left. Perfect. Perfect. So I will just go for the Psychic and the Hyper Voice. That should be enough damage to take out both of these two Pokemon. We actually have two turns of Trick Room left. I counted that really wrong. So that's perfect. That is perfect. Gyarados can protect this turn, but it's likely going to get taken out. So yeah, the team's really strong against Balloon Lele teams, but a lot of players, especially if I was a little bit higher ladder, they would have the know-how to know exactly what this. It's pretty obvious the team's meant to get up Trick Room, and I have the mental herb. So setting up Tailwind in front of the Oranguru is literally one of the absolute worst things you could possibly do. So most players won't actually do that, and they will prioritize going as we critical hit. I'm not sure that mattered. I don't think that matters at all. But most players will they will understand pretty much the general concept of the team, and they won't go for Tailwind right in front of it. So then we'll actually have to play around some other type of techs that they'll have. But a lot of the Drifblim Lele teams do not. They unfortunately don't have they don't really have anything. Like, they really do have poor Trick Room matchups. Some have Porygon 2, which can get a little annoying because it can reset Trick Room, but I do think this team can adequately deal with Porygon 2 as well. So yeah, that team really didn't have the best answer, especially because my opponent probably thought I might lead Lilligant Torkoal, and that's the nice thing about the team. It also does have Lilligant Torkoal to its disposal, which is a quick, fast, hard hitting, very powerful double targeting move. Excuse me. And what that does is it kind of makes some opponents kind of tweak exactly what they want to lead with for that, and then they might not have the best matchup to deal with a Oranguru or a Mimikyu if they prioritize too much trying to bring the best matchup for Lilligant Torkoal. So the team's cool. I like the team a lot. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward though, and that's probably its biggest flaw. We'll get another game here though, and just try to get another win. Since that was a pretty quick game, really quick game. I just do get a 1481 opponent, Joe Lee from Florida, and they are going to have a team of Weavile, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Kartana, Arcanine, and Aerodactyl. So Aerodactyl, once again, we did have Aerodactyl in the last episode, and Aerodactyl is just interesting because it does get Wide Guard, and Wide Guard just it makes things interesting for us because, I'm just thinking exactly how I want to go about this one. It makes things interesting for us because the main thing what this team wants to do is go for a lot of double targeting moves, explosions double targeting, eruptions double targeting, as well as the heat wave, and then hyper voice is a double targeting move. So that's kind of what this team really wants to do, and our Aerodactyl makes that interesting because a lot of Aerodactyls don't have room for wide guard. They run rock slide, protect, tailwind, and the last slot is kind of a toss-up, but some run sky drop, some run fire fang for Kartana, some different options you can have in that fourth slot, but you do have to play in mind with our opponent having wide guard. It's just the smartest thing for us to do. Kind of want to lead, I want to lead Silverly Mimikyu, just because I don't want to get faked out on my Trick Room setter, because my opponent will probably obviously fake us out in any other scenario, and then I'll just go to Drampa Torkoal and we'll see if that works out for us. Like I said, the team's straightforward, so I don't want to try to overcomplicate things and end up just bringing something that doesn't really make sense. Team's extremely straightforward, so we're gonna we're just gonna go with that. I don't want to be faked out, so I'm going with Mimikyu, so we can still get Trick Room up because my opponent seems pretty fast, barring the Arcanine, but Arcanine can also be really fast. It's just unfortunate that our Sun boost Arcanines. Okay, that's a smart lead for my opponent. It's a very smart lead for my opponent. Yeah, that's interesting because my opponent can go for Rock Slide, and a Smart Strike won't take out Mimikyu. We have enough bulk in Mimikyu to live a after our disguise is broken, to live the. So would I just want to take out? No, I don't want to just take out Kartana. We have the matchup in the back. So yeah, I'm going to just explode. My opponent might wide guard, but I don't really care. I kind of just want to free switch into Torkoal, and yeah, that's pretty much what exactly I'm thinking here. Even if my opponent does try to wide guard, my opponent goes for the Sky Drop. Oh no, not Sky Drop, anything but that. Swords Dance? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think this takes out Kartana. It actually has pretty decent defenses, and obviously resists this. Yeah, that doesn't even come close. Doesn't even get it in the red. Oh man. Alright, well here's what we do though. I still obviously go for Trick Room and Mimikyu, but I also attack with Torkoal. I have to attack with Torkoal at this point because I don't want to be locked into Eruption though, because there's a likely chance that we likely don't get our this is interesting because there's a likely chance that we don't get the Trick Room off, so then Torkoal's going to be slower than pretty much everything my opponent has to their disposal, and I really don't want to be locked into a move that depends on my HP stat. So I'm actually going to go for Heat Wave. This can end up biting me. It's going to end up biting me really bad, but yeah, I pretty much have to do that, and then I'm going to go for the Trick Room. So the Sky Drop will happen. This will break our disguise, and then my opponent will likely go for the Smart Strike after that, and that will take out our Mimikyu more than likely. And if this is somehow Sash Kartana, then we're Leap Blade? Can we live that? No, I don't think so. No, we can't live it. We can't live it. Yeah, my opponent like I said, Sky Drop is actually one of the best ways to deal with this team. And my opponent had the Sky Drop, so they're in a good spot. We go for the Heat Wave though. We'll take out Kartana. And now we're in a bad spot because we have two extremely slow Pokemon and we're not in Trick Room. So my opponent played that first part of that perfectly, absolutely perfect. However, though, my opponent here pretty much has to fake out Torkoal, otherwise they're making a huge mistake unless they have Wide Guard. But that wouldn't really accomplish anything in my opinion. So I'm just going to go for the Thunderball and Aerodactyl in case my opponent does not prioritize faking out Drampa, and then I'll go for the Heat Wave again. Pretty sure my opponent does have to fake out Torkoal. It only makes sense in my opinion. No, my opponent is actually not going to go for fake out. Just going to go for Rock Slide and likely just the Ice type move on the Drampa. Oh wow, I think I haven't seen the Ice type Z move in forever. I think the last time I saw it was when I was facing a Glaceon that had it for some reason. So that's cool. That might be the Stylium. No, it is Sub-Zero Slammer. So yeah, I haven't seen this move in forever. It's honestly awesome. It's unfortunate that I didn't protect Drampa. I would have loved to have protected Drampa if I would have thought there was any chance my opponent wasn't going to fake out. Oh, we missed Aerodactyl. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, that is so cruel. Can Aerodactyl please miss a Rock Slide on us for that? Please? I think we deserve that. If we're gonna miss our Heat Wave, please allow him to miss a Rock Slide on us. Because we can live likely one Thunderbolt, we just can't. No, we maybe can't even live that, honestly. We probably can't even live a Thunderbolt, but yeah, that Rock Slide miss really does sting. And if my opponent has Wide Guard, they just win. And just win the game if they have Wide Guard. And he does have Wide Guard, so that's game. That's game. Missing Aerodactyl freaking sucked. We'll see the calc. We'll see if Thunderbolt takes us out. Does it take us out? And it does, so it didn't even matter. Didn't matter. GG's to my opponent. They had Skydrop, and Skydrop is literally the one huge thing that this team struggles with. If I'd have brought a Rangaroo, that would have been no, that still wouldn't have worked. My opponent would have just Skydropped. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked either. I kind of needed to go with the Lilligant Torkoal lead and go for after you Flamethrower on the Kartana. My lead kind of put me in a pretty bad spot. I'm trying to think of what I could have done that would have been better for that. I couldn't. It's hard to predict Skydrop on Aerodactyl though. Skydrop and Wide Guard is really interesting. So it pretty much just is. It doesn't have Protect. That's a Aerodactyl that's not running Protect, which I can't blame. Aerodactyl's really frail, and you do have the Sash, so you pretty much know you're gonna live a hit. So Protect really isn't even it isn't really necessary on a Pokemon like Aerodactyl. Kind of like on Lola Ninetales sometimes. Sometimes you'll see it without Protect because it's really fast, so it usually goes before a lot of other threats. Aerodactyl being notably really fast, and it has a Sash, so you usually know it's going to live a hit. So yeah, Protect really isn't necessary. So interesting on my opponents in prioritizing having Wide Guard and Skydrop on the same Aerodactyl. But yeah, I'm not really. I guess the only thing I could have done was if I would have led with Oranguru and Mimikyu, which I probably should have done because I saw that my opponent had some interesting options to maybe stop us from getting Trick Room up. So I should have probably led with both of those two instead of leading with the Silvally, especially with Kartana. Silvally, when this Kartana is around, it's not like the worst, but yeah, it's definitely not the best. So yeah, I would have had to have led with both of my Trick Room setters, and that would have ensured we got Trick Room up, and it would have been in a much better spot. And we would have been able to get off huge chunks of damage as my opponent really just tried to deal with it. They did still have Wide Guard though, which just still made things interesting. So just a pretty tough matchup for us, honestly. Skydrop, Wide Guard, Aerodactyl pretty much kind of checks this team pretty heavily. That's kind of close to a checkmate on this team. Thank you guys so much for tuning in into today's episode of VGC Climbing the Ladder though. If you did enjoy yourselves, definitely hit the thumbs up button, the like button. That really does mean a lot to me. It'd be so appreciated. And as always, I appreciate your support either way. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel for more VGC videos. I'm going to get the heck out of here though, guys. Thank you so much. Peace out.